I adopted Vetter a little over 2 years ago. Back in Michigan, he was so small then, he looked like a potato. It was funny, I chose him because he seemed like the calmest and the sweetest one. I picked him up and he just slept in my arms the entire day. I learned pretty fast that the calmness was a facade. In day 2, he was like a bull in a china shop. Still the absolute sweetest though. I've grown up with dogs all my life, but I've never had a bond with one like the one I have with Vetter. He's my best friend. I'd be very lost without him. My name is Madison Jones. I am 24 years old, and this is Vetter. He is a 2-year-old German Shepherd, and he is the sweetest boy I've ever owned. Reactivity is an overreaction to certain stimuli or situations. Reactivity is often misunderstood and confused with aggression, but it's not always aggression. A lot of times it roots from fear. Vetter has an excitement and leash-based reactivity, so when he's restricted by the confines of a leash, he starts to panic and he can't contain what's going on. He just gets so excited he wants to lash out and jump and play. Reactivity can root from a lot of different things. Sometimes it can be lack of training. It can come from certain situations that arise when they were younger, whether it was a bad interaction with another dog, like they got attacked. I think often it's just misunderstood, especially when you have larger breed dogs. And also it's just a lack of educating yourself and knowledge. You know, people look at a dog like Vetter and they think he's scary, but look at him. He's not. He's an egg. And they just don't know how to gauge the situation.
This is my dog Kiwi, and he is 2.5. He is a cattle dog corgi mix, is what we think, and he just is a bundle of joy. He does have, a lot of leash reactivity, mainly with other dogs, and I work with a trainer, and I prefer to do the behavioral adjustment training, so BAT. It'll be a lot of exposing him to triggers and then rewarding him when he is able to stay calm or look at me or check in with me. So we do a lot of that, and that's been helping a lot. It's a slow progression, but I think it's gonna be a lasting one.
A lot of people go with clicker training. Clicker training is when you have a clicker and you hit it once and it grabs their attention, and then you reward them with a treat. Vetter doesn't respond to clicker training all that well. Doesn't grab his attention. There's also e-collar training, which many confuse with a shot collar. It's not a shot collar. It sends a vibration straight to them, so it grabs their attention. So it diverts them away from the overstimulating situation. What works best for Vetter is the e-collar. I tried the clicker training with Vetter. He responded to it at first, but when we came into a situation with close range with another dog, it didn't grab his attention. He was too focused on the other dog. And so I tried the e-collar, and it's just a single vibration that's sent to him when he starts to get overexcited, and he immediately diverts his attention. I have had a lot of negative interactions because of the reactivity. It's not fun. I've had it where we've come across other people with reactive dogs, but because their dogs are smaller, it doesn't matter to them. It matters that he's big. And a lot of times his excitement based, so he's still extremely friendly. And then their dog is not. There's dogs, reactivity is fear based. And so they lunge and bite and growl. And I still get backlash for it. I hope that someday soon, we can go on a walk without having to fear those types of interactions, those types of comments, looks from other people. That he can go on a walk and not have to stress out coming across another dog.
People often question, like, why do you have that big dog here in LA? Why on earth would you want him while living here? Like, what? Do you hear yourselves? I made a commitment the day I held him in my arms. He was mine and I was his. No matter where I go and the challenges we face them together. I'm not going to drop him in some shelter alone just because things aren't easy. Even with the reactivity. If there's one thing I want people to really get from all this, it's that just because a dog is reactive, in any form, it doesn't make them a bad dog. And it doesn't reflect badly on the owner either. Everyone is doing their best. Just try to open your eyes to a little compassion and learning.